Libra, 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 welcome to your reading. Hey guys, how you doing? Welcome to my channel, Adrian here. Very excited today because today is the 1st of September. And it's the first day of spring here in my side of the world, in Cape Town, South Africa. It's probably one of my favorite days on the whole calendar because to me it always signifies new beginnings, and new possibilities. And very funny in that Libra is that yesterday was actually a very challenging day for me because I just felt very overwhelmed with everything that's happening in the world, and I felt I was getting very sad about everything that's happening in the world. But I am a big motivator of feeling your emotions, and so I spent the day, I just felt my emotions. I bought myself a whole bag of bright oranges because to me oranges always signifies a whole lot of happiness. I grew up in the country, and for me, I remember when I was young, I would just sort of swing through the orange trees like a little monkey, and I was just able to like sort of just pick what I like, which I thought was amazing. So welcome to your reading, Libra, and this is a love reading. It's a general reading. Welcome to the channel. There's my hand. I'm going to do some videos a bit later on showing my face. So, you're going to see those coming out a bit later on. I'll do some videos about meditation and energy vampires and how to protect your energy. And so I'm going to do a bit of a series on that. So if you obviously subscribe to the channel, then you get those as well. You hit that notification bell, you know when things are coming up. Thanks for those of you that are already subscribed to my channel. Thank you for your support. It means so much to me. Remember to like the video because it really does help other people to see the video as well, which I really appreciate. Thanks for all your beautiful donations. Thanks for your comments. Please remember this is a general reading, so please take it as it resonates. The focus here is love. There is also a September reading for you if you want to look at that. And we are also doing new love as well as twin flame when this series is done. All right. So I've got to do Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces. Take a little breather and then just start with Aries again and go around the cycle. Okay. So let's see what we got. I'm also running a special at the moment on readings, 30 minutes reading. That's going to look very similar to what I'm doing over here. Look at that beautiful heart. It's going to look very similar to what I'm doing over here. And I will send you a private video link so you can get to look at the video more than once. And that is in South African money, that's 350 rands. And in, which one? This one, okay. And in dollars, that's 25 US dollars, okay. All the details are down below in the description. So what we're going to look at in this reading, we're going to look at your current space, and this is you. Then we're looking at your challenges and the guidance from the universe. And then we're going to look at the potential outcome for you, Libra, as well as the person that you are dealing with. All right. These are some clarifiers for you for the particular energy that we are going to look at. Yeah, and over there. Then we're also going to finish off our reading with a direct message from the universe for you. That one wants to come out, so that's what we're going to take. Look at that being all over the place. Then, just close my eyes normally when I do this. This one, no. Whatever this one is, it feels right. And then let's just get two more clarifiers for those. Oh, this is going to be an awesome reading. Let's see what we have. Okay, so let's just tidy things up just a little bit so it actually seems like we're being serious about things, because we're talking about love, and love is a serious matter, because everybody wants love. Love is a beautiful thing. La 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 la. All right, so we're going to look at this. First of all, this is going to be almost like your overall energy. And it says, there isn't a soul on the planet who doesn't crave your approval. Now, Libra, this is about as Libra as it can get, some of the closest people in my life are Libras or got strong Libra in their chart, which is wonderful for me because there's not that much Libra in my personal chart, but there is, as humans, we sort of fill up one another, and this is letting you know, especially for those of you that have maybe been feeling that maybe life isn't going your way, maybe relationships aren't going the way that you'd like them them to go. Maybe there's those personal challenges that you are feeling, and it's maybe becoming quite heavy and quite challenging for you. This is letting you know that love is always available. And sometimes, and I do pick up for some of you, this is almost like that high school energy that we get sometimes, Libra, where, sorry, when somebody really, really likes you, they sometimes do like little funny things and they tease you and stuff like that. And as I said, it is a very, sort of like, not even high school, sometimes even it starts in like kindergarten, but it's that sort of energy, showing off a little bit because they like you. I also feel that for some of you, there might be people that are causing problems inside of your connection. So you might already have a beautiful connection, maybe you are married or maybe in a beautiful, high level connection or commitment. And there might be people that from their insecurities might be trying to, sort of cause a little bit of conflict here in your space. Don't fall for that. All right. Because remember, when people try to do funky things to us that is not very, very nice, in order for them to succeed, we need to, I'm standing up, so I'm just taking a more comfortable position. We need to sort of play along with their game. So this is something here that lets you know, Libra, don't play along with that game. If somebody, as I always say, if drama comes to knock on your door, you don't have to answer, And literally it's the same thing, even with my mobile phone, with an email, whatever it may be. If I understand that somebody's trying to evoke a negative emotion or feeling from me, I ain't going to play your game. I'm going to be like, thank you so much, Boo, for your invitation, but we ain't going to do that. All right. Let's see on the back of the reading. It says the only difference between a friend and a foe is that you've decided where love can grow. Okay. Woohoo, the universe. All right. So again, don't buy into the drama. Don't buy into the invitation for your life to not be amazing and incredible and those type of things. Don't do that. All right. Let's get some additional guidance on that. We've got the Knight of Voices, which is the Knight of Swords, and we've got the Star. Not Libra energy, Aquarius energy. Okay. But this is also about alignment, and what I want you to look at, Libra, is this is, I feel that there's like some sort of plan that's taking to flight here. You're going and you're taking some action, which is good, but I feel there's a little bit of a warning for some of you as well, especially with that sort of drama thing. Be careful of the action that you go ahead and take sometimes, because sometimes we want to go and stand up for ourselves and, stand up for our power and stand up for who we are and all those type of things. But then a lot of times we play right into somebody's hand. So don't play into their hand. I feel there's an invitation here for you to play into someone's hand. For some of you, there might be the more painful experience that maybe somebody is, almost telling you that you're not good enough or demeaning you, or telling, maybe not directly, but indirectly letting you know that your feelings maybe don't count or anything like that. Don't fall for it. All right. Because I feel there is an invitation here, which, remember, when people come to you with a low vibe, they don't always come, as an enemy. Sometimes they come as a friend. They look all pretty and all those type of things. And I'm not asking you to be completely suspicious over here. I'm just letting you know that there is that possibility over there where maybe somebody might reach out to you. And I even feel, Libra, that this could be for you. Maybe you were friends with someone, or you had a close connection with someone. It doesn't have to be a romantic connection, but then maybe they sort of say like, I'm sorry for whatever happened and what transpired, and can we sort of give things another chance? Let's give it another try, and that sort of things. And while I am the biggest sort of supporter of second chances, somebody might not have the best intentions over here for you. There might be a little bit of jealousy, maybe trying to cause some drama. I also feel it might be a space there that somebody might be almost like Libra, that so if they can't have you, or they can't have the person that you are with, or they can't even just have the peace that you have in your life, that they try to disrupt that for you. Don't fall for their tricks. All right. Reach higher. All right. Your focus that you are encouraged to do here, Libra, is to reach for that higher energy, that higher power. Remember that as a human being, you are an expression of the unconditional love of Source of all. And let nobody make you forget that. All right, not the invitation of love or money or career or friendship or any of those things. Let nothing get you to the point that you forget that you are an incredible, amazing, powerful, divine expression of the highest source of love in the universe. All right. There's things lining up here. For some of you, you might be, sorry, in a space where you might be thinking of maybe starting a new relationship, maybe getting married, renewing your vows. I feel there's a very next level going on here for you. You know, maybe the boat was a rock there a little bit for a while, but sometimes it's also necessary because at times, even though we care about the people in our lives, we can get a little bit complacent, and some things, you know, things need to just be shaken up a little bit just to kind of get you back in the groove and in the flow, and there are things that will serve you in the best possible way. All right. Then we're going to look at your current space, and this is you, and this is your current energy, and we've got close encounters. All right. There with number 10, end of difficult cycle, starting of new beginnings. This card represents Libra. It actually it sort of asks you a question, and the question is if you haven't outgrown your comfort level, your comfort space. You know, there's a lot of growth that has taken place here for you personally. And I know we're doing a love reading, but this is what's coming up, so this is what I'm going to share with you. There's a space here that I feel that you have outgrown your space. It's like you have outgrown your what might have been 100% sufficient for you once, you know. So it might be time to maybe have a conversation with somebody that you are dealing with. Maybe it's time to have that conversation with yourself. But there's a space here of you know, you are encouraged to go forward, you know. So if you are in a space where you are maybe feeling almost like the walls are closing in on you, like things are too small, you might want to open yourself to the idea that it's time to broaden things up, you know. So maybe things didn't work out with a person, maybe you at a space where things just started to feel very overwhelming. Maybe you feel like almost everything is going wrong with where you are at the moment. And this could be in a connection. For many of you, it could also be because you are single. You know, and you know, maybe there was a time when being single was the best thing for you, that you could just be on your own, or maybe you're in a connection, but there's a lot of sort of like a sense of freedom in the connection, like you kind of carpe diem, you know, you kind of do whatever it is that you want to do, where the time might have come to take maybe things to that next level, to lay down that, you know, that stronger foundation, to have the willingness to take things to the next level, because this is a suffocating space. All right. This is a space where you have expanded in such a beautiful way that you have outgrown where you currently are. And for sometimes, for some of you, that might mean that you have to step away from a situation, that you have to step away from a person. Please remember, this is a general reading. You can also, you know, if you're dealing, say, with conflict at the moment, you know, maybe look at your moon, look at what your emotions, energy, that reading for that is, you know, look at the maybe your Venus placements, what is the reading for that? You know, if there's fighting and conflict and things going on, maybe look at your Mars. What are you contributing to the situation as opposed to just the other person? You know what I'm saying? But all in all, what I feel for you, Libra, there's a space of feeling maybe sort of stuck, like things are not moving forward in the way that you'd like them to move forward. Or some of you might be quite opposed to change. So you're like, well, everything was fine, everything was all right. Why do things need to change now? The question to ask yourself is, are you really 100% happy in everything that you have in your life at the moment and the way things are going, especially pertaining to love and, you know, romance and your, you know, your sense of comfort and being? Are you really 100% happy? Or have you, you know, maybe been settling for a while and now settling has become almost like the new normal for you? All right. Again, if you're already happy, don't look for reasons not to be. Okay. Let's look at your challenges. Let's look at the guidance from the universe, great and full. There with number 4. This is about your inner stability. Okay. And this is a question here, again, Libra, and this seems to be something that's been going on as an overall theme in your reading. The question here is, is your own cup filled? Is your own cup filled, to the capacity that it needs to be filled for you to not only find that beautiful love that you want to have, but do you already have that inside of you? It might be time for you, Libra, to maybe take a little bit of time out, maybe practice some meditation, maybe go for a jog, maybe work in your garden, anything like that that you might have. Sorry. If you're fortunate enough to live close to the ocean, as I do, maybe go to the ocean, go to a river, just something to fill up your cup, to replenish your energy, because it's like some of you are running a little bit low on energy over here. And it might also be a space, Libra, when I look at this now. Yeah, with close encounters. Now, this is a little bit of a difficult space for some people sometimes, and I can actually imagine why. But it might be that you have grown in a situation so beautifully and so closely with someone else, but it's almost like you might have grown a little bit bigger than the other person. And I feel that sometimes in a space like that, we try to sort of tone ourselves down. We try not to shine too brightly because, what might the other person think, and you don't want them to feel bad and that sort of thing. But I feel that the actual person that you are dealing with, that person themselves, they want you to shine. They want you to be that, that amazing, incredible, powerful being, shining being, Um, this is a space where, especially for those of you that are not with someone at the moment, where the reason why things are maybe not, coming to fruition in the romance department, or you're with someone but it's starting to feel a little bit meh, because you may have toned yourself down there a little bit, but it's your time to shine now, Libra. Okay, it really, really is your time to shine. Let's look at the potential outcome as well as the person that you are dealing with here. Willing release. Okay. Again, repeating the same thing literally over and over. We're going to see what the clarifiers are saying. But this might be that you have come to a cycle, to the end of a cycle, where you might realize, Libra, it is time to let go. This could be in a relationship, it could be a connection, it could be with someone, it could be a job, it could be a place that you are staying, it could be a way of knowing and being. It could also be that you are with someone at the moment, and maybe you guys started to feel into a little bit of a comfort zone, because that can happen in a relationship. When we really care about someone, we still have the love for them, but you can, as humans, we can fall into that space where things become a little bit predictable. And I feel, and I'm not saying that this is all your fault, but the roles can be reversed, but my readings are focused on your energy, and sometimes we don't always just want to look at stuff. It's easier if you look at someone else, but just see if you maybe haven't fallen into, the daily routine a little bit, to a point where, the spark might have gone a little bit. Maybe it's time for date night. Maybe it's time to do something amazing just for the two of you. Even if you have a family and, maybe that is very sort of like overwhelming, maybe it's time to set some boundaries, and even if it just means that you have a nice little, plastic candle, say maybe just on a plate or a tray or something on your bed, and maybe you only have like, 30 minutes to do that or something like that. I think it's time for date night here. Okay, for those of you that are in a connection and the spark has gone a little bit, it's time for date night. All right. Or if you're with someone, or you're not with someone at the moment, but you'd like to be with someone, maybe it's time to have that date night with yourself, because what you give out is what comes back to you. And if you can really, really, really enjoy your own company for a while, that is how you attract the love to you. Okay. Now let's clarify your current space, your current situation, which also represents your energy. We got the Two of Voices and the Six of Material. So there's a little bit of uncertainty going on here, Libra. There's a space of not sure, should I go this way, should I go that way? But I also feel that it's a space of you moving forward. There is a definite growth space that is taking place here for you. I also feel for many of you, there's a real sense of spiritual ascension that is happening here at the moment, releasing of chains and barriers and ways that things are supposed to be done, and it must be like this and it must be like that, and that sort of thing. There's a release from that sort of energy that's taking place for you here at the moment, which is really, really brilliant, great, and fantastic. I see you being on the right path. I see you being on the right path, Leo, the right path for love, the right path for happiness, the right path for romance. So it's not like you're on the wrong path. And technically speaking, when you think about it, we are always exactly where we are meant to be, without exception, even if you don't like it. And if you get to a space where you don't like where you are, that some of you might be at the moment, a good question would be to ask, okay, what am I doing from myself to keep myself inside of this pattern that I don't wish to be in? That is taking responsibility for your energy. And when you take that sort of accountability for your energy, which a lot of people find very, very challenging to do, that is where your life begins to change. Because when we stop looking at what they are doing to us, but we are saying, what am I doing to myself? And it's not from a point of judgment towards yourself. So it's not about making yourself wrong. It's about that introspection. It's about, saying, okay, maybe I can do things a little bit differently to have a different outcome from what I've been having so far. That sort of vibe. You know what I'm saying? But there is release taking place here for you. So if you are feeling very challenged at the moment in life, in love, if you are feeling very challenged at the moment, you don't maybe think that there's a way out. Maybe the energy is very heavy because the energy is freaking heavy at the moment. There's a lot of falsehoods that are sort of like falling away at this particular point in time. And because you like balance, Libra, that could be challenging for you because the world is seeming very unbalanced at the moment. And be careful of taking that out on the people that you care about the most. Okay. A good focus for you would be to say, like, okay, so the world is going a little bit conflicting and crazy at the moment, but sort of if you meditate or just become quiet or want to set your intention towards a goal that is serving you better and higher, maybe you can set your goal towards, there's wonderful things coming. The world's expanding in beautiful ways. And I choose to align with that balance that is coming towards me. Okay. Because here with the Six of Materials, which is the Six of Pentacles, six being the number of love, being the number of hope, it's a promise of prosperity because you turn six around, it becomes number 9. Look at this. So this is just what I wanted to show you. So here we've got sort of like that confusion and that conflict and maybe even feeling that there might not be any solutions and choices for you at the moment in life, in love, Libra. But, moving forward, because there's that energy moving forward, this is the beauty that you are moving forward to. This is a space of leaving difficulties behind you. All right. So for some of you, it does mean leaving a certain person behind. But I feel that there could be a release with peace over here. So even if things are a little bit funky at the moment, there could be a release in a peaceful way that could be taking place if you can allow that within yourself. All right. Let's look at your challenges and lessons from the universe, things to overcome. Again, it's confirmed there. We're looking at that great and full. You've got the Death card and you've got the 10 of Materials. Okay, let's look at the Death card together first. So again, look at this energy. Again, there is that release. There is that moving to a new space, all right? And with the Death card itself, this is always about being called to a higher purpose. So if maybe, you've been in a relationship and the spark has been lost a little bit, maybe it's time to get that spark back. But I have to be honest with you, for many of you, this is also a space of releasing and letting go. But it could also be releasing that previous version of yourself, It could be releasing taking somebody for granted. It could be releasing, kind of like keeping yourself in that cage where you don't shine your light, where you don't shine your bright light. Because here's a beautiful spiritual ascension that is taking place here for you, Libra, without a doubt. And the thing about spiritual ascension and moving to a new space of life and being is that in that space, we sometimes find that the one part of our life starts to almost like disintegrate in a way as it starts to align with that new way or sense of being. You know what I'm saying? So, there's definite release taking place over here. There's there's release of negative energy. There's release of jealousy. There's release of low vibes. There's also release here for those of you that might be in a challenge. Maybe there's a sort of like a third party situation happening. Maybe there's somebody sort of like, messing in your business type of thing over here. There's a release of that taking place for you. So you don't really have to go and take a blowtorch to anybody because the universe is taking care of that for you. There is that ascension taking place. Also, something that I want to mention for you. For those of you that might be having a situation where there might be a third party that has somehow been involved in your situation or in your connection, Libra. And a third party could be another person, it could be work, it could be, say maybe very annoyingly, maybe there's somebody that's working on your house or just drilling outside or whatever the case may be. Sometimes, sorry, those things come about that you can either get really, really angry about it, or you can also choose to raise to the energy above it. It's almost like the universe saying to you, like, knock, knock, would you like to have a more sort of like expanded experience of life? And the beautiful promise here for you with the death card, and this is wonderful because it's moving to a new space, it's moving to the higher level, it's moving into a beautiful new higher level commitment connection. I feel that some of you were really sort of you were a little nasty to yourself. You could have been bullying yourself a little bit, yeah, in the sense that you sort of pushed yourself down a little bit. You didn't shine to the fullness of your capacity. To keep the peace, you maybe rather let things slide and let things be. But I feel that you sort of, it's almost like you came face to face with the futility of that, and it's reaching for that greater and higher being, and it pays off beautifully. Beautifully. I also feel a much closer connection happening for many of you, if not for all of you, with the fairy realm. And for those of you that are not familiar with the fairy realm, maybe I should make a video about that at some point, but it's a beautiful earth energy, the fey kingdom, basically, the fairies and the goblins and the dragons, which is all just energies that are available to us and that has always been available to us. But, there is that sense of ascension that is necessary. I've always seen fairies. I've never, it's only up until about 3 years ago that I really started to consciously work with them, but I could always see them. But like the other day, I was sitting on my bed, I think it was 2 days ago, and suddenly there was this fairy that was just jumping across, and I was like, oh my goodness, like, what are you doing here? So I just want to sit with you, you're not having the best day, which I wasn't. And I just want to sort of sit with you, and just chill with you and hang with you and supposed to give you some love, and that is available for all of you at this particular point in time as well. You are invited to work with the fairy realm, and the wonderful thing about working with the fairy realm, Libra, is that they can share their beautiful energy with you because they've got a greater understanding than earth energy, than angels do, for example. I'm not saying that you shouldn't work with angels. I'm just saying that the fairy realm has got a greater understanding because they sort of understand ego. They sort of understand humans, better in a sense, because they kind of get this earth realm. So, and you can just be open to working with them, and a nice way to invite the fairies into your home. So maybe put out a plant, maybe like a water fountain. They like that sort of thing, Then let's look at the outcome for you and the person that you're dealing with. Awakening and the Tower. All right. So there's a space here happening for you, Libra, where you're going to have to start making some choices there going forward. All right. Are you going to hold on to things the way that they've been if you're not happy? And I'm just going to go out on a limb and say that if you might be looking at this reading, chances are that you might be open to some improvements in your love life, in your sense of well-being. Certain things are going to have to come to an end here for you. And I feel that you are aware of that. So this might mean that you might need to speak with someone. Maybe you need to revisit some boundaries. And, when we revisit boundaries and we do it from a point of love, it can actually be very beneficial for all parties involved. All right. So let's look at what is the final message the universe has got for us. The Tower again. Both these cards are the Tower. All right. So the Tower again. But why? The Tower, the Four of Pentacles, the Ace of Pentacles. Okay, so there is a call here for a release. A certain situation has to stop for a new one to begin. Okay, so a certain situation has to stop in order for a new one to begin, for balance to begin. There's an equaling of the scales that is taking place over here in your life. This could be in money, this could be in a job, this could maybe be you getting a new job, or the person you're dealing with getting a different job. Maybe you got your own business that is getting more clients, but there is a divine breakthrough coming in as well. So even though there might be a lot of challenges that might be happening for you and some adversity that you might be facing at the moment, for you, Libra, there is also a promise of a beautiful divine outcome for the greatest good of all, for the highest good of all, especially when it comes to love. And I love this space of the Ace of Pentacles, and the reason why I like this space so much is because even if you're struggling with love, and even if you are focusing more on your career at the moment, or you felt that you should focus more on your career, this energy takes care of your materialistic needs. So maybe you're challenged with money, or with time, or with confidence, or any one of those things. As Source comes through, so there's some walls breaking down here, but with those walls breaking down, this is literally after all of this, the sun is beautifully coming out to shine for you all. And this is the beautiful promise that you have over here, that all the sort of materialistic needs that you might be having, and I mean, the world is very challenged in many ways at the moment, is getting taken care of for you. And when it gets taken care of, there's all those 120 million things that you don't worry about, which also opens your heart space and puts you in the surrender space. So this, I can tell you for a fact, that true, beautiful, soul-fulfilling love that honors your greatest good is very much inevitable for you at the moment. So if it feels that things are falling apart for you at the moment, you can maybe think that maybe they're not falling apart, maybe they're just shifting into space. Okay, so that's what I got for you, Libra. I hope that helps. Remember, I do have that special if you want to have a reading sort of similar to this for a 30-minute reading, $25, 350 Rand. All the details down below in the description. I'd really appreciate you liking the video, commenting, sharing, and subscribing. And I'll see you next time. Bye, beautiful souls.